Next slide, and I think we cover this in a certain. You always have to hear things um, in different verbiage. You have to hear things coming, different stories, a multiple angles of attack to remember things. Attraction has an expiration date. When there's mutual attraction, you need to move fast on a girl. Anything can happen. Her ex can come back into the picture. She gets distracted by a new dick. Someone talks behind your back. Get the P in the V and lock the pussy down. That's the real deal. Again, one of the guys in our world, he calls it the escalation window. Like the window is open, you have a chance to get through, and then when that time is up and you haven't made a move, the window closes. You're either in or you're out. And I think that's an excellent visual to see that attraction has an expiration date. And guys always come up after we've explained it. They go, oh, that makes a lot of sense now. Now I know I drug my feet on this girl that I knew liked me. And then I turned around and like she had a boyfriend because you drug your feet. Attraction it's a blip. It's a chemical reaction. It's timing. Everything has to be happening at the right time. Again, so much of this, so much of attraction and seduction and sex comes down to timing, good timing and bad timing. You ask a girl out, she just got engaged. She's going to say no. You ask a girl out, her boyfriend broke up with her 2 weeks ago. She'll probably say yes. So a lot of this is timing. And sometimes you'll hear people that got together after knowing each other for like 20 years, that the timing was off. Like he would be single, she'd have a boyfriend. She'd be single, he'd have a girlfriend. So a lot of this really does come down to timing. And you see it later in life too, where like people are married and they would not have ever gotten together, but they happen to get divorced around the same time. So they're both in the market at the same time. So that's the real deal. Attraction has an expiration date. And again, when a girl kind of disappears, if she does meet up, there is something going on, and she disappears or she goes or she becomes unavailable, don't change what you're doing. It does not mean your system is bad or your habits are bad or that you're an ugly guy or that you have no game. It simply means someone else, usually someone with a more history with her, came back on the scene. 99% of the time, when a girl ghosts, say you're warming something up with her, and she ghosts and she disappears, and she comes back around because you didn't freak out. She comes back around 6 months later, and you just go, hey, what's up? And you pick up where you left off. She will eventually tell you, she goes, hey, I appreciate you like not freaking out when I disappeared. My ex-husband, he came back on the scene and he is a dad of my kids. So I wanted to give him another chance, and I just didn't get to tell you that, and I apologize. And that's normally what you'll hear. You'll hear a variation of a guy that I dated or was married to for a long time came back on the scene, an ex came back on the scene, and I wanted to be able to focus, and I should have reached out, but I didn't, but I'm here now. So that's the real deal. Just know that they will sometimes come back around. And when they do, you can do one of two things. You can pick up where you left off, which is what I always recommend. Or you can like ignore her, tell her what you think, tell her that she's a bitch for leaving and never contacting you. So there's two groups of men. Guys that go, hey, I'm glad you're back. Let's meet up. Let's go get a drink. They get laid more. These guys feel better about themselves, is what I'm guessing. You can either get laid more or feel better about yourself, or these guys feel pretty good too, but you can feel like you told her what's for. So that's the real, you just have to decide. Neither one is more right than the other. You just have to decide which one is proper for you. So, and guys tend to like pick one and then they just stick with that the rest of their life, like anything else. But remember, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. An ex has come back on the picture. A new guy shoots up. It's almost always an ex though. Or someone talks behind your back. a best friend is not actually a best friend, and down talks you, or she runs into like an ex of yours who shits on the thing. So the sooner you can get her out, get her into bed, get the sex going, the faster you've got her focus. So that's the real deal. And again, here's the kicker though. And just like the escalation window is, once that expiration date hits or the window closes, for lack of a better description, it's very, 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 very hard to restart it, because most of the time the girl will feel rejected or ugly or think that there's something wrong with her when there isn't. It has nothing to do with her whatsoever. You just were too slow on the uptake, and she'll punish you by never hooking up with you or just being flat. So expect that. And remember, it's part of the script. It's just what they do when you don't take action and they've given you an opportunity. When it's over, it's over 9 times out of 10. Every once in a while, they'll run off to some ex-boyfriend or ex-husband. It won't work out. Then she'll come back around. Then it's up to you to decide what you want to do with her. So that's the real deal. And if you like, if you do want to learn how to run rotations, or you want a system to move a girl from complete stranger to in your bed reliably and repeatedly, again, you can go to fortworthplayboy.gumroad.com. You can either pick up How to Build Your Dating System or How to Build a Rotation, and both will show you how to do those things and not miss out on free sex. It's a good deal if you can get it. If you can afford it, it's free. Okay. Last slide I have for today.